2023 was one heck of a year for movies. Seemed like anytime you went to the theater, there was something amazing to watch. But what were the best films of the year? Bradley Cooper's Maestro is not just another Hollywood biopic. It may hit some of the familiar beats, but it is less a retelling of the career of the legendary composer Leonard Bernstein, and more a tale of a marriage that is as much loving as it feels doomed. And it is magnificent. Speaking of biopics, next up is Sofia Coppola's Priscilla, a beautifully muted and understated film that explores the complex relationship between Elvis and Priscilla Presley in a unique and effective way. Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves is a chaotic fantasy romp that is as much fun as one can have in the D&D world without rolling up a character sheet themselves. The Killers is less whimsical, but it gives us Michael Fassbender's most compelling performance in years, so that's a good trade-off. Talk to Me is arguably the best horror film of 2023, finding its horror in the loneliness we feel when in desperate situations. As much as people like to argue that rom-com is a dying genre, Rye Lane proves them wrong in a colorful and charming way. Flora and Son is an emotional, darkly hilarious, and heartfelt music-infused comedy romance that cements Eve Hewson as one of the most promising and impressive actors working today. Air takes its ensemble cast and uses them to their full potential, delivering a slam-dunk crowd pleaser that doesn't require you to like sports to love. Bottoms is a knockout of a teen rom-com and easily one of the most fun films of the year. Injecting cinemas with a dose of queer joy through a hilarious lens of satire and comedy, its awesome performances and sweet love story make it more than worth watching. Beau is Afraid is the latest film from director Ari Aster and is one of the most jarring and unusual films to come out in years. And I mean that in the best way possible. How to Blow Up a Pipeline manages to expertly balance developing its characters, giving them room to grow and evolve, while still ensuring that it tells the story it needs to tell and its urgent ideas all hit home. Crafted with an acute attention to detail while engaging the heart, May December is weighty and piercingly sad, but it does an absorbing job of capturing loneliness and desperation in ways that we hardly saw this year. Cord Jefferson's debut feature, American Fiction, is a sharp satire wrapped around a heartfelt family drama that delivers belly laughs, poignant moments, and an ending that sticks with you even after the credits stop rolling. Hayao Miyazaki's The Boy and the Heron is precisely what you would expect from the filmmaker. It is beautifully animated, thematically layered, and emotionally flooring. Perfect Days is a gripping character piece that's beauty lies in its simplicity. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret takes the fantastic writings of author Judy Blume and delivers one of the best adaptations of the year. All of Us Strangers is a modern and timeless love story with magnetic performances, haunting direction, and an absolutely heartbreaking ending. John Wick Chapter 4 is precisely what I want from an action film, as you would expect from another movie in the fantastic John Wick franchise. Asteroid City might be Wes Anderson's best work since 2014's The Grand Budapest Hotel, which is definitely saying something since he keeps dropping bangers. Godzilla Minus One achieves the borderline impossible task of giving us a Godzilla film with human characters whose struggles feel just as important as the giant nuclear lizard-based spectacle of it all. No horror film captures the all-consuming terror of the night quite like Skinamarink, providing audiences with a steady drip of dread from beginning to end. Jonathan Glazer's The Zone of Interest is unlike anything he has ever done or may ever do again, and yet it is something that feels exactly as bold as all of his other films while charting out its own cinematic grammar. Anatomy of a Fall makes the aftermath of a family tragedy into a gripping story that is as painful to watch as it is intriguing. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse continues on from its predecessor in such a wonderful way, further building upon the world established in Into the Spider-Verse while upping the stakes immensely. Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon doesn't hold back in depicting the relentless cruelty white people from all walks of society got away with, but not while sacrificing the humanity of the film's Osage characters. With its quiet sincerity and heartwarming themes, The Holdovers bring something truly special to the big screen, just in time for the holidays. Setting all of its box office success and huge numbers aside, Barbie is an entirely joyful experience from start to finish, which is sometimes all that you really need from a movie. Poor Things manages to be emotional, deeply strange, and wonderfully hilarious, thanks to a stellar cast and excellent script. Oppenheimer is arguably Christopher Nolan's greatest cinematic achievement to date. Fantastic performances from an amazing ensemble cast paired with excellent direction makes this film one of the best of the year. And finally, Past Lives is about as close to perfect as movies got in 2023. A beautifully crafted romance that redefines the power the genre can have, with 3 of the year's best performances and one of the most remarkable directorial debuts this year. How would you rank the movies that came out in 2023?